The last 2 days of the 10-day now at triple-digit territory, which will be the earliest that we have seen 100 degrees on record at Phoenix Sky Harbor.
That is so exciting.
Not really.
I was going to say for who?
Well, sad about
we
it.
have optimism.
All right. Crystal, thank you. How about this? Crystal, you can show your tattoo and get a free burrito.
Chipotle is offering a unique buy one, get one deal for Friday the 13th, and it's only available for 1 hour. All you have to do is show up at the restaurant Friday between 3 and 4. Show your tattoo. It can be real, temporary,
Oh, okay, temporary. Little stick on right on the shoulder.
Where are you going to stick it, Crystal?
Yeah.
Oh, on your arm. Okay.
Big, strong arms
Okay,
of
there you
mine.
go.
And you will qualify for a BOGO entree restaurant is tapping into tattoo culture. That's on.
All right, hello everyone. Fox 10 Phoenix live stream journalist Isabella Fredrickson here, and I'm here with
Ron Hoon, hanging out with Bella.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We've had a busy day of streaming already.
Yes, it's been a very busy day. We've gotten some good sound this morning just regarding the latest in the Iran war, and we just wanted to come in here, show some of that sound, and provide a week 2 update with what has happened since the weekend and since Ron and I hopped on this stream last week.
You know, it's so interesting because, you know, you listen to the Pentagon. They had a very early morning briefing. It's 8 a.m. their time, so that's 5 o'clock in the morning out here on the West Coast. And they were talking about this is going to be the most intense day yet. And yet President Trump yesterday was saying, you could almost say that we've completed our task, our mission. And you're going to hear from Caroline Levitt here in just a moment, where she's saying, look, it is up to the commander-in-chief as to how long this is going to go. At this point, we really just don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. And I do know that this morning during that conference at the Pentagon, they shared that about 140 service members have been injured so far in Operation Epic Fury on our end.
Another number that I heard, which was really kind of staggering when you think about it, from CENTCOM, that more than 5,000 targets have been hit in what's been going on now for, roughly about 10 days, 10, 11 days. Yeah. And they did say, and this I think was a big question on a lot of our minds, which is they keep cranking out these drones. Well, apparently we had the correct intelligence to go after the factories where they've been making these drones. I'm sure it's multiple locations.
Yeah.
The technology is out there. And so that, you know, they may or may not be running out of their stockpile of missiles. They certainly, the numbers on missile launches keep going down. But the question is, can they get those drone sites knocked out?
Yeah. You did touch on that Caroline Levitt sound. We featured this morning a couple of times in our morning stream. I am going to play this bite from her now where she just kind of talks about, as we mentioned, how things are looking like today.
The global economy hostage, and President Trump should be commended for doing so. As the president made unequivocally clear to the remaining elements of this terrorist regime in his statement yesterday, if they do anything to stop the flow of oil or goods within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the world's most powerful military 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far. Moving forward, the stated objectives for Operation Epic Fury remain the same: destroy the terrorist regime's ballistic missiles, raise their Iranian missile industry to the ground, ensure their terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region, and ensure that Iran never obtains a nuclear weapon. President Trump remains confident these goals will be accomplished in swift fashion. As for the oil, President Trump fully expected the rogue Iranian regime to try and disrupt the global markets. That's why President Trump and his energy team have been planning for this long before the strike and have moved quickly to address these temporary disruptions. Thus far, the Trump administration has offered political risk insurance to tankers operating in the Gulf. The Treasury temporarily waived certain oil-related sanctions, and the Commander-in-Chief has offered the U.S. Navy to escort tankers when necessary. The president and his energy team are closely watching the markets, speaking with industry leaders, and the U.S. military is drawing up additional options following the president's directive to continue keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. I will not broadcast what those options look like, but just know the president is not afraid to use them. Rest assured to the American people, the recent increase in oil and gas prices is temporary, and this operation will result in lower gas prices in the long term. Once the national security objectives of Operation Epic Fury are fully achieved, Americans will see oil and gas prices drop rapidly, potentially even lower than they were prior to the start of the operation. And we will live in a world where Iran can no longer threaten the United States or our allies with a nuclear bomb.
All right, that was just one bit of sound from Caroline Levitt we had this morning. And of course, for those of you who want to hear the rest of that stream, we have been showing that, the whole stream, on our Fox 10 Phoenix YouTube channel. You can go check that out. But I thought that sound was pretty powerful in terms of, she said she's not going to broadcast what that next plan is. She said,
Sure.
You know, that was strong. That was some strong sound. And also, I know all of the American people are really concerned about these staggering gas prices, very high gas prices, oil prices. And according to Caroline Levitt from this morning, she says that's temporary, and we can expect to see gas prices go down.
Well, there's so much speculation in the oil market, and you know, the companies that are out there that need to buy these contracts to ensure they have access to oil a month from now or 2 months from now, you know, are legitimately in that market. But then you have so many other people who come in and speculate, whether it's individuals or hedge funds or whatever. And that was behind, I think, in large part, what was going on with the froth, that you could call it, in terms of the massive, you know, everybody wants, when everybody wants to jump in on a trade, as they call it on Wall Street, it gets a little lopsided. And so for anybody who thought, oh, I'm going to make a killing in the market, they're saying oil's going to go to 150 or 200 a barrel. I'll buy it now at 115, which is where it was yesterday morning, Monday morning. Well, today I'm just checking as we go on right now, and it's down over $8 a barrel. After yesterday, it sunk well below 100. So currently, as we speak right now, it's at $86.63. That's quite a bit different from fears of $120 oil. And so we're not quite yet down to where we were before all of this action began. But we're actually getting close to it. So we'll keep an eye on it to see whether or not these prices come down as quickly as they went up, because they went up dramatically and very fast. And now that the prices have come back down, let's just see.
Yeah, we'll see. How have gas prices been looking like for you around town?
Well, so I've paid anywhere from almost $4. I think the cheapest I could find was $3.89.
Okay.
But we were live at one gas station just yesterday morning. Or wait, no, it was Friday morning. Yeah, Friday morning, and it went up from $3.89 to $4.25.
Oh my gosh.
And so, you know, just the fact that it could go, or it was $4.15. So it's $4.15, and now I've seen some gas stations at $4.25.
Yeah.
In Phoenix, in our area, we are completely dependent on, mostly on the refineries in California. And some of those have been shutting down. So I don't know what our supply is going to look like in another 2 or 3 years. There's also a pipeline that comes up from Texas. But we're really at the mercy of these California refineries. And it's also coinciding with the time of year when they switch from winter blend to summer blend. Then they always use that as a reason to raise the price as well. So we're getting hit with a double whammy.
We are. That's a whole other conversation we could have here. As we know, we talk to some really great guests on our Fox 10 Talk stream every morning, good experts, and someone we spoke to just about an hour ago. His name is Jason Brodsky, and he is the police director at the United Against Nuclear Iran organization.
Right, policy director. Right,
he gave some really good sound.
Seems very knowledgeable about what's going on there.
Yeah. I'm going to play a bite from our interview this morning.
We thank you for your time this morning. Give us your thoughts on what's happening in the Middle East. I know that's a loaded question, but kind of in terms of policy, what are you seeing right now from your perspective?
Well, I think the Trump administration entered this conflict through Operation Epic Fury in order to end a war, not begin a new war. And what I mean by that is the Islamic Republic of Iran has been at war with the United States since 1979, when it seized the U.S. embassy in Tehran and took 44 of our diplomats hostage. And ever since that time, it's been killing American citizens and attempting to harm them, and it's currently holding Americans hostage in Tehran as we speak. So this is a national security interest for the United States to try to deprive of the Iranian regime of the ability to project power abroad.
Okay, so we just heard in that news conference some discussion of regime change and who ultimately will be leading Iran. What was your take on the selection of their of the son of the current leader, or the guy who used to be in charge? This is Mojtaba Khamenei, and some have said maybe he represents a fresh start. Others have said he might be more hardline than his father was. What do you think?
Well, yes, Mojtaba Khamenei is the third supreme leader of the Islamic Republic. I believe that Mojtaba will be a continuation of his father's legacy. And in fact, he will really take Iran into an even hardline direction, because he has marinated in very radical currents throughout his career in Iran. And I think he is propped up by the military and security apparatus of the Islamic Republic, particularly a close circle of advisors that he's cultivated throughout his career. And these are very radical actors of the Islamic Republic's political elite.
All right, just one bit of sound from that expert, Jason, earlier today. Of course, if you want that full interview, you can head over to our Fox 10 Talk stream. Really good sound all around. Yeah,
he was quite knowledgeable. And then we had basically the National Security Council leader in Iran warning President Trump that his life could be in danger. Here's what he said on X. "The sacrificial nation of Iran doesn't fear your empty threats." He's speaking directly to President Trump. "Even those bigger than you couldn't eliminate Iran." I'm not sure who he's talking about there, because we obviously have the most powerful military in the world. But anyway, he said that. And then he added, "Be careful not to get eliminated yourself." Now, the president wrote, "If Iran does anything that stops the flow of oil within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the USA 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far." They're obviously trying to get that flow of oil coming again. So whatever plan they have in the works, we could see that unfold perhaps within a matter of days.
Yeah, and even today, that first sound we played by Caroline Levitt, she echoed that same message Trump said just now that you shared, that she's not going to broadcast their plan, but we will come back 20 times harder.
See, we've come back full circle now.
Yes.
Isabella, on our visit here with everybody online.
Yeah, and that does come to a close. We're running out of time on our stream today, but I encourage you all to watch Fox 10 Talks every day. We'll be continuing to talk to experts, and of course, we will continue to bring you the latest when it comes to the war in Iran and all of the other breaking news.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. See you next time.